Number 7, Herderlund, the captain. And we'll name check the Swiss. Referee called 3 minutes to warm up and then decided to speed that up a little bit, I think. Forgive me, the Swiss, for not name checking before the start. We'll get to that as we go. That first sprint won comfortably by the Swedes. And they go into this is the final game in Women's Group D. Women's competition started yesterday, senior women's. And this first attack, I'm afraid that's an easy call, easy first call for the referee, leaning on the boat there by Jogashid. But Switzerland come forwards, and they've 3 accurate passes, and that could have been a goal very easily. And this job's over the far side, that's with Rosbach. Not seen either of these teams so far in the competition, but looking very well drilled, the Swiss here, very tidy. That's a finish that draws a fine save from Jutta Dahl in the Swedish goal. Luginbull, the captain for Switzerland, has a look and finds an inside pass, very nicely done. Little dummy, paid off. Resetting for the Swiss, and they come again. They've had, Sweden won the first start, but the Swiss have had probably the better of the play so far as we come down towards 2 minutes. That's a nice shot, but saved comfortably out. That's Rochbach for the Swiss. And again, I think we're going to hear this Jutta Dahl in the Swedish goal, pulling off a nice save, beginning to look like that's going to be her business for this first half. Luginbull, captain and corner taker so far. Oh, that's harsh, that's off the post. Spangenberg would have hoped it was just another couple of millimetres to the right, and that would have been the opening goal, but she'll have to wait for that. Moving away now, Sweden, sustained attack here. Ögren. Allowed to dribble the entire pitch. Has she got distribution? Has she got a finish? What's going to though? Doesn't look like she's got a lot of options to me. She's still on the ball. Brought it up the pitch and then really ran out of places to go. Jutta Dahl. Again dribbling forwards. Tries a two-handed pass and it does get there in the NTE, but not without a bit of Swiss intervention, and they've got half a chance here to break, being covered by the Swedes, but if they can get it away, no, maybe not. It's a little dribble from Spangenberg. She does pop it over the top. That's Bartelt. Well covered that by the Swedes. I think that was a dangerous moment when the ball actually dropped, but they did get it covered pretty well. Now with Luginbull over the top, nicely collected. Oh, and a keeper foul, just a little bump. And Sweden, their turn to come forwards, building from the back, I think, more their style. Just taking their time. Safe hands, Jutta Dahl. And again, that foul committed by Herderlund, the captain, on the goalkeeper. And this is going to sting because that's Brulisau well away. Oh, and she finishes it with some venom. Celebrates, opening goal. Can't blame a player for that. But that was one of the easiest walk-ins she's going to get at this championship. 4 minutes gone and Switzerland take the lead over Sweden. Open goal break, finished by Brulisau. Drops onto the front of that 3-1 defence. That's her job to break off there and score, or one of the many jobs. Certainly done that part of it just fine so far. Moving round, optimistic shot to say the least from Ögren. And because of that, Switzerland away. Is there a pass option? That's nicely found, but can it be controlled? There's a lot of traffic going on, but in the end, oh really? I think Luginbull will be thinking she should have scored that, and I'm inclined to agree with her if she does. Beautifully crafted break, really, and the pass to her should have resulted in a goal. Good chance for the Swiss to double their lead, not taken. Hope that doesn't come back to haunt them. Often can. Sweden, forward they come. Just lifts the spirits to let off, there's no doubt about it, and this is a good attack from them. They're inside, pushing forwards. Jurtedal, these are the safe-handed players. Boss in the back. Hirdlund. Ooh, had a look up, thought that might pay, but no. And again, Switzerland streaming forward. They're looking to work these breaks. There's no slow build-up for them if they can get away with that. Oh, paddling off a boat. Oh, bad discipline that really from the Swiss. They were on a good break there, and instead turnovers gone in favour of Sweden, who come forward with Ögren. She cuts it across. It's a half-decent chance for Bloom, but can't make anything work. Well goal kept. Now, unfortunate swing in this game, back and forth. Been very tight, separated by one open goal. Sweden had their chances. Nothing that you would say was a fantastic chance, but quite a few half chances. Swiss happy just to take a bit of heat out of this. They've got the lead, 3:40 on the clock. Trying to build something, and that's a decent shot, but a very fine save from Jurtedal. Sweden away. I wonder if they're banking on Jurtedal to save just about everything, and that open goal might be the easiest way for the Swiss to score. It's the option they took, can't blame them. Eek. Looking for that pass to Jurtedal inside. Is she a finisher? Has she got an option? Nothing we can see. This is going to fall Swiss way again. They've been very good at sweeping up all these block down shots. They've worked very hard to collect. Coach will be pleased with that. If you make every contested ball yours, you do well. And now they're up to the Swedish goal. 30 seconds left on the clock. Chance for the Swiss to craft a goal here if they take it. Going to have to just keep a weather eye on that shot clock. Let 10 seconds drift away from them. Yeah, there was a shot, not the most venomous, and it's dropped for the Swedes, and they're away again. A bit more pace on this now from them. That's a long shot, and that's a long shot from Jurtedal. Been very busy in this game, saving stuff and playmaking for them, and I think she thought she might just take a chance with a long shot there, and it did have to be saved. It's bombed out for a corner. I'm not sure it would have quite gone in without that, but nonetheless, the Swiss couldn't take the option, couldn't take the chance it might go in, and have saved it. That keeps Sweden on the front foot. Jurtedal again. Is there a finish? Not really. The Swiss defence closing down the Swedish women very quickly. They do get some penetration inside, but they're just not able to get any space to get a shot away, and that really is the Swiss. I suspect they've drilled to do that. They're on the arm of whatever player is throwing or trying to make a bit of room for themselves. Very tidy. And that fell for Schergerschet, but straight over the top. They need to make more of these half chances. And this is going to come away with Bartelt. Luginbull. Captain just having a little nod there towards Brulissauer. Not quite sure. They've clearly thought of, yeah, here we go. These three have got something in mind. Two players inside doing a bit of work, but I think anything that's going to come is going to be from these three outside players. Letting the shot clock scrub as well they might. the game clock and shot clock the same on this first half. They have the 1-goal lead, although they're being a bit more of a hurry. I hope they don't kill too much time. They need to leave themselves time to execute whatever they've got in mind. Clearly something, and here we go. Huzhou starts it off, drops it through, not really a lot on that, but the final chance of the half falls to Bartelt. Goes out for a corner, but I think it's fair to say we won't get that taken, not with just 1 second, and that is half-time. At the half-time hooter, the Swiss women lead the Swedish women by 1-0. A very tight, cagey game. If I had to call the difference in styles, patient, slow build-up from Sweden. Gets them up the other end, tried to get a shot away, but not really cleared the Swiss defence. Swiss have relied on a fast break. They've had 2 or 3 chances that they could have put away, but just one of them walked into the net. And so we have it poised on a knife edge, this senior women's game, the final one of Group D, between the Swiss women and the Swedish women. We'll name check for us both teams, particularly the Swiss, obviously, and my apologies for not finding time for that before the start, but we seem to start the game a little quicker than I was expecting, forgive me. So the main sponsors for this event, Upin Sport, obviously a well-known global sponsor for Canoe Polo, Grocon Group, Latour Sport and Kalas Clothing. And there we have the Swiss. We'll give them number 1, Brulisau, number 2, the captain, Luginbull, number 4, Holtmeier, number 5, Bartelt, number 6, Schmidt, number 7, Stiller, number 8, Roschbach, number 9, Spangenberg. And now the Swedish team, Eik, number 1, 2, Lugenhern, number 3, Örngren, number 4, Götedal, number 5, Schakgeschiedt, number 6, Bloom, and number 7, the captain, Herdlund. So the Swedish women trail by 1. Blue boats, yellow buoyancy vests and blue helmets, getting their team instructions for the second half. What inspiration can they get? Certainly not out of this game, mustn't get caught on the fast breaks. They could patience there. They need to find some way of cracking that Swiss nut, getting inside the goal. But both teams very evenly matched, as you would expect. Swiss ranked slightly higher than the Swedes, and at the moment the scoreline bearing out the ICF ranking. Weather just brightening a little, and I mean a little, here in Deqing. Still very, very overcast. It has been since we arrived. I'm given to understand that for the whole east coast of China is completely clear and sunny, apart from a little patch over Shanghai and us here in Huzhou County, but so be it. Hasn't spoilt the games, hasn't dampened the enthusiasm, and it certainly hasn't slowed down Brulisau there. Sprints out for the Swiss, comfortably wins it, and they get the first possession of the half. Can they make something count here? Two players inside for the Swiss. We have number 7, Stiller. And if I can catch a number correctly, that's Bartelt on the far side. 3 players outside trying to craft something. Swedes playing a 3-on-1 defence, trying to just make sure there's no space for them to run into. And then on the front of that, Örngren trying to just catch any runners unawares, forcing a longer shot. And as we saw in the first half, those long shots, Götedal picking them off quite comfortably. Time out for the referee while the players collect the ball. Don't want too much time wasting going on. And this throw to be taken by Rosbach. And as we see so often, the intensity of the game just slowed down by the Swiss. They've got the goal lead. There is a long time left, and they're aware of that, but they just don't feel the need to press forward at pace, take too many chances. They're quite happy just to let the shot clock drift and see if they can get something that provides a reset at the end of the period. Driving in now, looking forwards. Takes a decent shot, Brulissau, but I think as much as anything they're looking for a corner there. Take a goal, obviously, if it comes, but they get a shot clock reset and they can just repeat the process they've just done. Yep, nicely done that. That was a nice run across from Rosbach and Faun, but she misses the target, and that gives the ball back to Sweden. Now, what have they planned for themselves here? A couple of minutes gone in the second half, and they're a goal down, but they have the ball. They have everything to play for here. Sent forward Herdlund, the captain, inside the Swiss defence. The other four on the outside. Barely in the Swiss half. Where are they going from here? Going to have to push forward and find something. Oh, and a foul. This isn't going to work. If this could be very, very dangerous, because quite correctly, the Swiss allowed to take the free throw from where the ball was. And if that had been an accurate pass, that was pretty much a goal on a plate. But that's been tidied up. No. It's an obstruction call there by the referees. And that just robs Luginbull of the chance there to double their lead. And the Swedes come again. So a slightly odd period of play there. Teams exchanging fouls and therefore possession. And now is this the half chance they've been looking for? The Swedes can't make a pass through, but it's a foul. Bartelt conceding it there. Right inside. Shagashi obliged to recycle the ball, and the Swedes come again. Yeek looks up, passes inside. Oh, look for a clever pass. That would have been a beauty if it had landed with Hierlund, but it didn't. And this brings the Swiss away again. Moving forwards, they're just obliging the Swedes with that little bit of pace to drop back to a formal defence, and I think that actually suits the Swiss now, because we hit the last 6 minutes of the game. Sweden back in their defensive positions, and the Swiss allowed to just take this controlling attitude where they slow things down a bit and take the chance when it comes. Risky business hanging on to a one-goal lead like this, but they seem comfortable with it, the Swiss. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Really need to be aware of that. As if they've got all the time in the world here. Now they're driving forwards. Oh, that's a fine effort. Absolutely superb effort from Brulissau, but doesn't result in a goal or a reset. And it ends up being Sweden ball. Drawing a foul there. Chagashet, but they need more than that. And the Swiss pressing, marking on a full out press, play on an obstruction call. That's number 9 for the Swiss, getting a formal warning for that obstruction. That's Spankenberg, clearly indicated by the referees. If they keep playing 5-out press like this, they may well have to give another away. It might change their tactic for them, but that is a formal warning, and that's a good tackle from Spankenberg, but it's ridden by Ögren. But this is working, and the shot clock is ticking down, and Sweden are really making no headway here. Is this the chance? It's a long time on that. Jotadol does finally get the ball away to Ögren. She has a look at the goal and places it. Well, that press tactic from Switzerland has not paid off for them there. And I'm sure Ögren's very happy. She having a look, and it was almost like it's almost too good to be true. She looked at the goal, she could see it. There was nothing between her and the goal, and she just popped it in, and that's the equaliser. There we are with 4 minutes on the clock. remaining in this half. It is a group game, so a draw's an acceptable result to us and to the administration. I'm not sure either of these two teams is going to be very happy with it. Brulisau coming forwards. That intensity I was saying had gone from the Swiss game is right back in there now. I think they thought they were bossing this game, but they were relying on the 1-goal lead, and now it's gone. Brulisau, bang, have that, but no. Right, as the momentum of this game shifted, suddenly Sweden looked like they're in the ascendancy. They score a goal based on the on the back of the tactics employed by the Swiss. They got free just the once, and that was all the chance they needed. Ögren pulled them back into it, and now suddenly it's like, well, come on, Switzerland, if you want to win this, you're going to have to come, and here they come. Superb, looking for a nice inside pass, and that did land. Oh, doesn't fancy the shot. Now they've had to recycle a very good chance. Now it's in Bartel's hands, but no, she can't do it. That's players looking as if they've heard a whistle. I didn't. Referee's not. And that's a shot that's eventually come from Bartel. Crowd getting very vociferous here. This is all getting very tense. A few minutes ago, this game was sort of drifting along, but now suddenly people wanting to win it and get the pressure on. Intensity's right back up there for the Swiss, and here they come through Brulisau. Very big shot on her. 7 turn, that's Stiller's turned away. Brulisau looking. Looks like she really wants it, but passes out to Luginbull. And again, now Sweden's turn. What have they got? Scored 1. Throw's not been taken. This could be the game-changing decision from the referee. That's a paddle foul. And that's harsh. That's the captain, Luginbull, for Switzerland. Paddle foul, and off she goes. So 2:16 on the game clock. So that 2-minute power play could last for pretty much the remainder of the game, or until Sweden score. That's quite something. So a game that was just bubbling along not long ago, all to play for now. The lower ranked team, Sweden, in the driving seat. They scored the equaliser, they were on the rise anyway, and now they're playing against 4. What can they do? Have they got a plan for this? Well, so far that chance fell in the end to Lundgren, and she's going to take her own corner. Hard to say on what we've seen who the big finishers are in this Swedish team, but they're surely going to look to someone. They must have a plan for what they do if they really need just 1 goal. That recycles out to Ögren, the goal scorer, but a lot of the shots have been taken by Jurtedal. Let's have a look. See if we can pick how this is going to go. It looks to me like they are working for Jurtedal on this left side. No, she's back to cover. Oh, that shot coming from Iyik, but nothing doing, and it's not gone out. I think everyone thought that was going out, and if Stiller had a little bit more time, that could have turned the game, but we're inside the last minute now, tied at 1. Sweden playing against the 4 Swiss players, but can they get a goal out of it? Surely they're not going to one-shot this, the Swedes. 30 seconds to go, they're going to kill the clock and take a one-off chance, I think, here. Yep, quite definitely. Playing the shot clock. 20 seconds. In on the ball. 15. Crowd are getting behind with the calling. That's really a loose trigger shot from Jurtedal, looking at it. 8 seconds. They'll be lucky to get this taken, Sweden. This game's going to peter out. I think the clock's just going to beat everybody here. This was that's the end of the game. That shot taken early. I don't think either team's going to be happy with that. That's a 1-1 draw. The Swiss women and the Swedish women, the final game for both those teams in Group D ends in a 1-1 draw. Disappointment for them both there, I would guess. The Swiss will be thinking they should have put the game to bed long before the end, and the final 2 minutes